and appreciate you being here.
Thanks for having me, guys.
If we have any questions for Tyler, raise your hand. We'll follow the same procedure as before. We'll start with Scott Dockman, The Athletic. And Scott, go ahead when you're ready.
Yeah, Tyler, I wanted to ask you just kind of about what's the next week to 10 days going to be like for you, because I think you're probably going to have to go to a couple of banquets around the country. And how are you going to be able to kind of rest yourself body-wise just to, just get yourself back to kind of normal after a long football season so far?
Yeah, we'll have a few days off here with the team, getting some time to rest our bodies. Obviously, I'm heading to a banquet this week for the Lombardi Trophy, which I'm looking forward to. It's going to be a cool experience. But yeah, this time's kind of to let your body rest, let your mind rest, and then obviously we're in a great bowl game, and I know the team's excited for that to try to get our 11th win of the year.
Take our next question from Chad Lysico, the Des Moines Register. Chad, go ahead when you're ready.
Hey, Tyler, I take it by your presence you're not opting out of the game?
Yeah. Dumb question, Chad.
I know. Just wanted to get it on the record. But I guess how much do you want to get back out there? Given what last night, we didn't get to talk to you last night, but I'm sure that was pretty frustrating for you.
Yeah, it was tough, tough experience, to obviously get the opportunity to play in the Big Ten Bowl, Big Ten championship game, and then obviously we didn't perform the way we wanted to perform, but you got to move on. Take these 2 days, rest your mind, rest your body, recover. And then, we got an opportunity to play in a great bowl against a great Kentucky team and try to get our 11th win of this season. I think, that's going to be our big focus moving on.
We'll take one from Larry Vaught. Vaught, you can go ahead.
Yeah, Tyler, just wondered, do you know anything at all about Kentucky? Have you watched them play just occasionally or anything this season at all?
I remember watching a few games, just if we're waiting in the hotel, watching some clips of them. Obviously, it's a great team. I know they got some good defensive players, but obviously I haven't watched enough to tell you about their whole scheme and whatnot. But, obviously they're in the SEC. I think they maybe finished second behind Georgia in their conference, which is pretty impressive. So, we're going to have to be ready to go. It's going to be a great team, great competition, and, we're going to be excited for the opportunity.
Thank you.
Charlie, our next question will come from Kennington Smith. Kennington, you can go ahead when you're ready.
Hey, Tyler, appreciate you taking the time to speak with us. You've noted the 11th win a few times while you've been up there. 10 wins obviously was a huge accomplishment for this program, but to get that 11th win and kind of enter another step of rarefied air, what would that mean to this team considering everything that y'all have been through this year?
Yeah, it's going to be mean a lot. But, it's not going to be easy, that's for sure. Obviously 10-4 sounds or 11-3 sounds a lot better than 10-4. So, that's going to be our goal. It doesn't happen often around here, 11 wins in this program. And our team's been through a lot this year. So to get that 11th win, it's going to mean a lot to us. And, we're going to have to work hard, prepare our butts off for this game.
Take our next question from Tom Caker, the Hawkeye Report. Tom, you can go ahead.
Hey, Tyler, I know you're real close with Spencer. How frustrating was that for him last night that he gets hurt again and has to come out of the game?
Yeah, I think he's pretty frustrated, but I think just like the whole team, it was a rough night last night for us. Poor execution all the way around. We had some opportunities to put some points up on the board and get in the end zone, and we couldn't execute. And Spencer's a guy, he's trying to give everything for his team. Obviously, it sucks that, he's getting injured, but, that also falls back on us. We got to protect him better and stuff like that. But, it's a game of football. It's a physical game. Stuff like that happens, and, it's kind of the next man in mentality.
Take our next question from John Stepp. John, go ahead when you're ready.
Hey, Tyler, I know you haven't met as a team, but have you individually looked at the film from yesterday's game, or are you just trying to get that behind you?
No, I haven't looked at it yet. I've been sleeping. I didn't get much sleep last night, so I've been sleeping today. I'll probably take a look at it tonight. But I can already anticipate what it's going to look like. Not a lot of good things on the film, a lot to learn from, but and it's just stuff you can learn from going into this Kentucky game, and we're going to have to move forward with it.
Our next one from Chad Lystico, and then Scott Document after that. Chad, go ahead.
Yeah, Tyler, Kirk mentioned he felt like you guys expended a lot of emotion and energy into this season. I guess how would you characterize that, and what do you kind of feel like you need a little bit of a mental break? That's what he kind of referenced.
Yeah, absolutely. I think guys have given it their all this season. Obviously, Big Ten West champs. That doesn't come easy. We've been through a lot of tough, hard-fought games, especially in that month of November. Every game coming down to the wire, and then obviously, we played against a great Michigan team. It kind of hurt. It hurts a lot. Not being able to win in Indy, but now a couple days off is gonna feel nice mentally and physically, and then it'll be time to move on.
All right, we'll take Scott's question next. Scott Document, you can unmute when you're ready.
Yeah, Tyler, I wanted to kind of ask you a couple things. One is, this is a big month for you. You graduate from college. That's a pretty big deal. Kind of your thoughts on that. And then secondly, after you graduate, are you looking for a job? Or are you how are you going to evaluate the next few weeks? Because your name's getting linked to a lot of NFL clubs already.
Yeah. First off, graduating from University of Iowa, that's important to me. Getting a degree from here. I've had a lot of people help me along the way to get that accomplished in 3.5 years. And also I'm not really, looking too far ahead. When the time comes, the time will come. I'm just more focused on our game coming up. And, I'll talk to the right people, get some insight on, from the coaches, family members, and, people close to me. And then when that decision has to be made, it'll be made. And, and we'll worry about that later, so.
Thank you.
Take one last call for questions. If you have a question, put your hand up and we'll call on you. So we've got one from Colin Cale of Iowa 5 News. Colin, go ahead when you're ready.
Hey, Tyler, wondering, you've been through a couple of these bowls, just these 15 practices that you guys get as a team. I mean, how obviously you're an older guy. How do you kind of use them, and of these extra 15 bowl practices, obviously developing for the game, but further on afterwards?
Yeah, I think this bowl prep is huge. I remember all my practices, especially from a younger guy's perspective, we get a lot of younger guys who get a lot of work in. Also it's time to get better, work on your craft fundamentals and stuff like that. So, it's not as hard as a fall camp, but it definitely has a fall camp mentality to it, to where you just focus on Iowa football getting better. And I think this has a lot of good things to it. Just 15 practices, a lot of practices to improve your craft.
Thank you.
All right, we'll take one last call for questions. If not, we'll let Tyler go. If you have your question, put your hand up. And going once, going twice.